Former Ohio State quarterback Devin Brown has a new home. Let's talk about it after the stinger. It's Felix Sharpe and Matt Bruening for CampusToCanton.com. Thank you for rocking with us. Hey, we're on our way to 5,000 subscribers. We're trying to get there. Do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. If you're a Cal Bear out there in California, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to spread the good word of college fantasy football. And, Matt, that's why we got to talk about Devin Brown. Devin Brown was my number one quarterback in that class. I had him ahead of Quinn Ewers coming out of Corner Canyon. Corner Canyon, who people don't know, coming out of Utah, it's got a really good track record at quarterback. Jackson Dart came from there. Zach Wilson came from there. Isaac Wilson came from there. I mean, this is a powerhouse in Utah putting out good quarterbacks. And I saw in Devin Brown, a guy who could move, a guy who could throw the post over the middle, a guy who had really good, at least from the naked eye, velocity on his arm. And I was really, really attracted to him as a prospect coming out. And what was that? 3 years ago now, whatever Quinn Ewers class was. I thought he was better than Kyle McCord. McCord is obviously not there now. Devin Brown kind of got the opportunity to compete for the job, but we never really saw him play. We never really saw him like full time. He's the guy. But Kyle and Coach Wilcox there looking to replace Fernando Mendoza, who goes over to Indiana. They get this, young gunslinger guy who had a lot of potential at one point. What are your thoughts about Devin Brown going to Cal?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a very intriguing fit. I don't think that their games are too dissimilar when you talk about Fernando Mendoza and Devin Brown coming over there. And realistically, they have a lot of the same team. When you look at some of the players leaving in the transfer portal, but they're keeping Tron Grizzle, who's one of their top wide receivers last year. They're keeping tight end Jack, I believe it's Endries, who's also one of their best receiving weapons. They are bringing over Jacob DeJesus from UNLV, who is really good with Devin Dampierre out of the slot, I believe is where he played most of the time there. And then he still has Keon Grays on the roster, who obviously they were together at Ohio State, a guy that we loved here at Camps to Canton. Obviously has not been able to do anything, but I think it's a very intriguing fit for Justin Wilcox. Obviously not the best athlete. We have him listed at a .253 athlete, but 56 ball velo, which is above average. The typical average is about 53 to 55. We know he's got a strong arm. You talk all the time. You saw on his high school film from Corner Canyon, those opposite hash throws that you love to talk about. So we know he's got that.
I thought he did. I mean, I thought I would have seen it at Ohio State. This is in a freshman and supplemental draft. I took Devin Brown at the 101 over Drew Aller, I think, and over Quinn Ewers. So that's how I felt about him at the time. That didn't work out. Matthew, I don't think Devin Brown is rosterable now anymore. I mean, is there any scenario in which you have faith, hey, this guy's going to put up fantasy points in 2025? I'm very skeptical.
I mean, if Devin Brown can hit his ceiling, I mean, you're not wrong in what you said earlier. We haven't had a chance to see him. When he was there with Kyle McCord, they really used him as like a running quarterback, and that's how he ended up getting hurt. They brought him in a goal line package and tried to have him run it. He ended up getting hurt, missed most of that season, getting a chance to kind of actually come in and back up Kyle McCord. It ended up being Lincoln Kindholz. And then when they got to the bowl game against Missouri, I believe it was in the second or third drive, he got hurt again. So we never really got to see Devin Brown. Maybe we will get that here at Cal. Last year, Fernando Mendoza averaged 24.4 fantasy points per game, which is actually not bad. I mean, now he only finished his QB 59. He did miss a game, so maybe that goes up a little bit. And Devin Brown currently is only 17% rostered. So a lot of people agree with you on Devin Brown's thing, on Devin Brown not being rosterable. But here's the thing. He's got 2 years, I believe, at least. I would think he redshirted. Maybe I could be wrong. If he's got 2 years of eligibility left with that offense, look, again, over the past couple of years, Justin Wilcox has passed 50 to 55% of the time in early down situations with a pass success rate of upwards of 45%. So, I mean, they're passing early and they're having success rate. Really, it's going to come down to the weapons. I mean, maybe if Devin Brown's given a chance, We can see him be a fantasy asset. But again, I mean, you're looking at Fernando Mendoza, who probably had one of the better seasons for a Cal quarterback in a decent while, maybe since Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, and he finishes QB 59. So that's not really what you want to see. And I don't think that Brown's going to bring you a lot of rushing upside. And let's also be honest here. Jaren Kiave Sagapuatele, who the true freshman, he came back to Cal. There's a lot of love for him. Very good quarterback. I think I would say
this is a competition.
It's a competition. I don't know if there's a guarantee that Devin Brown will even get the starting job. I think Jaren coming in there, maybe Devin Brown starts out the year as a starter, and Jaren takes over at some point. I do think Jaren's a better player. We have grades. I had Jaren graded higher at this moment. Like, I think Jaren's a very good quarterback. And it's not like Devin Brown knows the system, right? They're both coming in right at the same time. So I do agree with you. It will likely be a competition. So we'll see. I mean, I do think if Devin Brown wins a job, I think it's a chance to be better than QB 59. And if you play in 3 QB leagues, that's a starting quarterback for you, because some people, when we play multiple 3 QB leagues, you're starting the QBs in the 60 to 70 range because you have to. I think Devin Brown could be that. We got to see him stay healthy, and we got to see what this wide receiver core is going to look like.
I got Devin Brown as a black box. Cal Bears fans, let us know what you think in the comments. Get us to 5,000, all right? We appreciate it. Peace.